are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy, crotch cheating on the slopes. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
You ain't crotch cheating, you ain't crotch trying.
I did miss at the time. He was like, oh, just using a rudder to steer himself down the mountain.
Yeah, just
Totally. Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live.
You'll end up in my next what? What's the rest of that shirt? What's the punchline? Ooh, very good.
Saturdays, we post it later. Got a whole gaggle of episodes for you to listen to. If this is your first time, if this is your last time, make sure you give us a good rating. Share the episodes. Tell a friend. And remember, the next time that a politician puts you on a big group text and sends you some classified information, just don't read that part. But tell them you got a great podcast you want them to listen to, because we like when people love us, but we love when people hate us.
Speaking of, like, that's like Eric, your boy Burning Pod. Like, when I came out, it was like I was sort of early to it. I'm like, oh, this will be a great, funny thing. That became the biggest story of the last 3 days. Like, I thought it was gonna be like a little nothing story. Like, guy sent a funny text. I'm like, oh, this will be funny for my Quirkies, and it's like the story of the year. Idiot that guy is.
Got a great episode planned for tonight, but before we get into it, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
Bud Light for at least the next 3 of these. We've got so many of these things in the fridge. I don't know why Jenna keeps buying them for the Super Bowl. We're old enough to get decent beer, so they're always the ones that, like, stay there. Back of the fridge brewery. So we got 100 of these things. What do you got?
Last Valentine's Day present from my roommate from the Smutty Nose Brewing Company. It is a key lime pan sour beer. It is a big one, 5.2% alcohol by volume. What do you know? Out of Hampton, New Hampshire.
Oh, she's stopping up there.
She's
got one in every state.
L'chaim. Cheers.
L'chaim is right. We gonna do Shevitz for Pesach?
No, I don't. You
I
can.
don't either. Split with bread, whatever. If they had beer in the desert, they'd have been for Schnicket the whole time.
Episode 274, calling this one.
Terrible. AU guys or AU guys?
Read it how you want to read it. Now that I know you know these names of these episodes, I do have to make it a little...
I didn't read that one. I didn't see it up there.
Oh,
I could have. I wasn't paying attention.
I did get a comment from somebody near and dear to me that it's a good thing she has stories to tell me because it's all of our content. But guess who's kicking off tonight's episode again?
Allison's coming on the show?
No. She told me a story last week, and like, this isn't going to get that much publicity, but I really don't care. Do you listen? When's the last time, realistically, you listened to AM radio?
Maybe the Fan. Like on the way to the Jet games, maybe if they're still on AM. I don't know. 10 wins.
FM? I guess I was asking more like morning radio. Do you ever?
No, I watch New York 1 in the morning. Jamie Stelter tells me what I need to know.
My car is 3 years old. I have 65,000 miles on it. I have turned the radio on a grand total of 0 times. 0.0.
Full Bluegarski, full Allison.
There's no point. I have a phone. I plug that in. We go from there.
Right.
So from that, my sister does call me last week, and she's telling me that she almost won money on the radio. And
she called in. She was the 35th caller for the Billy Joel tickets.
This is not the first, second, or third time that she's gotten close. They gave her a 7-question quiz to win a $1,000 gift card at a gas station not that close to her, but for $1,000 she'd drive
gift card at Wawa.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil. She's on the phone. The phone is on speaker. She knows a little bit, and my nephew has a cell phone, and they are just Googling nonstop. And the first day starts off super easy. You know, who was Mario's brother, cousin, helper? Oh, it was Luigi. And what was this? And then they get to one that was, what is the chemical symbol on the periodic table for gold? And she goes, well, I knew that one. I'm like, I'm blown away because, mind you, she told me she doesn't get the thing. So, how does she not? The fact she knew gold, I was like, good
did
for
she
you.
say G or she said AU?
She said AU. AU guys.
Oh, call back.
Well, that's literally where I'm going.
I thought it was like Arizona University. I thought it was time.
What country was the Colosseum built in? And I'm like, okay, Italy, go. And she goes, we said Rome. I was like,
This harkens so close. I want to do Quirks now.
I heard this story, but you know what?
I
guess,
have the Quirks. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Well,
Go.
you did say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah.
Do you have a problem with her Googling, or do you think the radio shows know people are doing it?
She should know where the Coliseum is. None of anything else is fine, but they don't care. They're giving this thing away to somebody, or they're making a fool of someone else. Either way, they win.
She says you have 1 minute to get through the 7 questions, so you can't know nothing. You have to know something. But she told me a story the other day. Blown away she got the gold. Can't believe she said Rome. Can't believe it.
I can. I heard her episode.
Feeling quirky? Let's get jerky.
Oh, diving right in? Okay.
This show has essentially become this, but yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, fine. Where's the one that I wanted to do? Is America getting dumber? This reporter says yes. As Allison put, bikini-clad spring breakers bomb U.S. citizenship questions, and critics are blasting American education system, which she is part of. They asked questions such as, like, who's on the $100 bill? None of them got it. Other ones were, what country borders Canada? They said China? Asia, pardon. They said Asia. Spring breakers also didn't know how many sides in the Pentagon. They thought the Pentagon was a square. They thought there were 7 U.S. senators. The Civil War was fought between the East and the West. The Second Amendment was the right to vote, and yes, Asia bordering Canada.
I don't know if I believe this, though. Come on.
There's this video. There's recording of it. It's on. Now, they don't need to know that much. They'll be just fine, these girls. So
the girl has a set of talent for something.
Yes, she is very talented. But yes, that is the American school system, and they all go to Spiro Agnew High, where Allison teaches.
Son of a bitch.
Okay.
But, Jack, this is the same thing that I've seen a million times on Late Night, where they're showing people the Secretary of the Treasury. They're showing them the Vice President. No idea. Then they show them Ronald McDonald, and the person looks at the interviewer like, are you stupid? Clearly it's Ronald McDonald. I know this. This is easy stuff.
One of them said they didn't know Canada had a border.
Okay. Maybe they're thinking of the bookstore because it went out of business.
They might be. So this is the most ridiculous. So I don't know how this became news. Like, I lost 130 pounds with one simple trick. I still eat ice cream sundaes. So there was this girl. She apparently had a brain tumor and when she was young, and then she ballooned up to 250 pounds. And the whole article, I was just kept reading to see what the trick was. She joined a fucking gym and took up yoga.
You don't say.
She joined Lifetime Fitness and took up yoga and lost weight. What a shocker. How is that a news story?
I don't know. I've gotten to the point where I stop clicking on the articles and I just go to the comment section and read what... Because there's always now somebody that will ruin it and just go, Jim. The person said Jim, and it saves me all the time in the world.
So we talk about the idiot who texted Yemen. The position all I know about Yemen is that Chandler stayed there with friends. Can I stay with you in Yemen? What else do we have here? So I'm sticking with Allison for 2000. She's not from, but she's from a neighboring state, give or take. North Carolina mom, surprise cruise vacation family ruined after staff wrongly said her teen son could not board. Her teen son had special needs, so he had a school ID but not a state-issued ID because he can't drive or do anything. They wouldn't let him board. So they own Royal Caribbean now. So Allison, if you want to get big money, not just $1,000 for knowing a couple quick facts, maybe leave Carson's ID at home and start some shit. Then they said that he could fly to Mexico and meet them, but how? He doesn't have a passport, so they politely declined. All hell broke loose on the high seas. So
is that the only Royal? I feel like there's other Royal Caribbean stuff that was in the news.
No, that's the only one.
That's the only one, you sure?
That's the only one, yes. North Carolina man dons bear costume to scare off persistent real-life bear. Some guy wore this bear suit to scare off bears.
Does that work? Because doesn't the bear then think territory we should fight?
Or fuck. Oh. And that's even worse. It did work, apparently. So he didn't have to, so there he is with the bear. Now, I give him credit for having the suit in the car in an area where he found a bear. Like, there's a world where you just drive around in the stupid bear suit and nothing happens and he's like an idiot. But yeah, he wore the bear suit and it worked.
Oh, the bear.
So
I have a good story for another time.
This is probably like the Pishadoo of forever. Daughter of 9/11 victim slams Etsy over its crass shirt showing a plane-shaped Garfield flying into lasagna towers. Have some humanity. This truly is maybe the worst shirt ever.
Yeah.
You see that? That's just Garfield. Yeah, I'll take an. Oh God, orders of lasagna.
I'm pretty sure, to quote Zach Elias, funny is funny no matter
That's
what
not
it is.
funny.
No, I heard a really good 9/11 joke.
Go on.
I can't give credit. I forget who said it, but it was
You gotta
something.
say it though.
Oh no, I will. It was a guy tells the story about how he went through an absolutely horrendous divorce and he lost everything pretty much. And he's sitting around with some buddies and they said, "Well, do you think you'll ever get married again?" And he goes, "If I was a firefighter and I was in Tower 1 and somehow I made it out alive, do you think I would have ran into Tower 2?" I was like, "Oh shit." Great joke.
Not funny.
It's a good joke. I mean, you're not making fun of it. Yeah.
It's very good. The joke is excellent. Trump slams 2019 portrait of himself in Colorado Capitol as purposely distorted. He says that the one of Obama looked spectacular, and the one of him he looks enormous.
Oh, that looks like him in 5 years from now.
He looks 5 years from now. That's pretty good. Yeah, he got upset because the one of Obama looked perfect, and that one. How happened to that article? How the hell? You got the idea.
I don't really understand how the busts and the pictures of people always look so terrible. There are such great artists out there.
Yeah, why the president is can't? How does he even know this if this picture exists? Shouldn't he have real things to do? Not him. All right, this one's good. Doctor allegedly pushed wife off a Hawaii hotspot, bashed her head with rocks after she refused to take a photo with him.
Well, hold on. You're talking about Waikiki Beach? I feel like are you talking about me right now?
It's possible. I mean, yeah, that's you, right? Same hairline, same everything?
Oh,
look, perfect.
That's a good-looking fella right there.
Yeah, he is a good-looking fella. She's pretty cute, too. She refused to take a photo with him in Honolulu, and he went bananas. He wanted to take, like, a selfie, and he went nuts, and he pushed her off a cliff.
Dead?
No.
I mean, so are they still together?
I mean...
Is he single?
You want to date him?
Well...
I think it might be his mugshot. It's not bad. This is some Georgia girl who gets arrested every week with like a smoking hot mugshot. I don't really know what to do with her.
So I saw that maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I assumed it was fake or AI. Didn't know she was getting... She is stunning.
Yeah, but she's been arrested again.
Clearly,
took another one.
There's something wrong with her, but this is a girl who's going to get a modeling contract out of... I mean, she's girl next door.
Yeah. This is the best. This story got me there. Pirates Booty founder stages Long Island mutiny and declares himself he's mayor, and he tries to fire the entire village staff. The guy's out of his goddamn mind. Yeah, he lives in Seacliff, Long Island. He goes in a village. He just declared himself mayor, like martial law. Like, here I am.
North Shore problems?
I think it's South Shore Seacliff. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that one.
That's very inside baseball, but people from Long Island, when you mess up which shore they're on, it's like dropping an N-word.
No, they don't like it at all.
They don't.
Especially North Shore people thinking you're from the South Shore because that's déclassé. Well, no, a little of that too, but it's also a little more Italian.
I was going for a puh.
It's a Calageros.
Hey, Calagero. That guy.
That guy was great.
We'll never see him.
I'm seeing him in a few weeks in Glengarry Glen Ross. Wait, that's what I've got.
Good stuff. Hey, Zach, what you watching?
Well, we finished Cobra Kai. Chef's kiss. I mean, it's insanity. Seacliff is North Shore. Ron Katz, fact checking in real time. He was better than him.
He's the best. He's Jamie Vernon in real time, but older. Love it.
He's incredible. We got to get him in our ears somehow. What else am I watching? So, obviously, Lotus and Severance. All right. You said I can't burn pod. We have finished both. We're caught up. Yeah.
Don't burn pod. You know what I meant to bring up to you about Lotus? Because this week's episode was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell's monologue, was he just doing the aristocrats?
Yeah, he was saying whatever he wanted. He's married to your girlfriend over there, Leslie Bibb.
Yeah, I didn't know that until recently.
I didn't know that either.
That's why they're doing that. But yeah, that thing that he did, and
which is riffing, I think.
It had to have been improv, and Goggins just kind of like, oh, you know, it's like good. Just That was improv at
The
Yes and
lady
Yes
boys
and.
thing to all of that. Some of them two came over on camera. He's just going.
It was really good. All right, Severance season finale. Go.
So it was great. My problem with it is, can I explain what happened to the viewers who may not have seen it? Did they have enough time? Yeah, all right.
It's been enough time. Don't
Welcome.
no storyline, but just talk. Go ahead.
Okay. The whole thing of whatever's going to happen next season when he and Helly ran back in, it's an 8-hour problem.
Yeah,
He has to go home at some point.
Or
If they
they
play
don't have
their
enough
cards
food.
right, his wife, who's been dead, is sitting in the living room, and he never goes back to work again.
Right. You can't do stuff like that. There's only so much vending machine stuff. I understand that, but
You think you could push it over with that fat offensive lineman standing in front of 300 pounds?
when Mr. Milkshake is in the bathroom and he turns into T1000, I'll believe anything in this show. The looks on his face and where he just kept backing up and running, I thought he was going to go literally. I thought he was going to go through the coin slot.
Incredible. Cheetos flying out of the thing would have been such a great scene. They missed a moment on that one. That's a good call.
What were they really? Look, the Alan Parsons Project, which some people know, some people don't. It is an all-time iconic intro. I was waiting for from North Carolina, 6'6", Michael Jordan. I mean,
It was great.
That was so good. You saw Book of Mormon?
Yeah.
That
With
was
Josh Gad and what's his face on when it first came out?
Andrew Reynolds.
That's the guy.
I think that's his name or something, maybe. Zach, Severance season finale was Spooky Mormon Hell Dream. It was. I turned to Julia during the thing. It looked like they took acid and said, "Let's write this finale."
I mean, anything with Sandra Bernhardt, you can't miss.
Okay, she is not what I'm talking about, and I understand
miss.
they've since explained. Okay, if you have a waffle party when you finish this, how do you up that? You take a marching band. It seemed like the question was, what is the most ridiculous way to celebrate? Every rotor write 100 things, and they just went for, to borrow your line, and it wasn't bananas, it was coconuts. It was the inmates running the asylum.
If that showed up at your office, the best day of your life.
I can make that happen. I know.
I gotta tell you, I loved they do like halftime of Jet games. They'll have like the Marshall or the Howard, high steppers come up with it. It's great.
I did hear a summary by your boy Van Lathan, who said they had an HBCU marching band come in and do that.
It's true.
But
He's good.
That episode. I don't know how it can be one of the best episodes of television and also off the rail, insane. Just
if you told me it was directed by Don Simpson or high on cocaine, I would have believed it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It felt like let's take some acid and write this season.
Yeah,
finale.
and again, it's medium. So he goes home at some point. No one lives at work.
An 8-hour problem is a good way of describing
it. Yeah, it
that.
is. Because if the sister plays her cards right, his dead wife is just in his house. It's over. You don't go back to that. But the only reason you were there is to escape that problem. You go back to teaching and drinking or whatever else he did beforehand.
I almost got to it last week. Do you remember that you said, do you have anything? And I said, I need to double check. I heard good things.
Okay. Adolescence, is it good?
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It is.
All right.
Do you know anything about it? Do you want to know anything?
Oh, no, I don't want to know anything, but the idiots in my office seem to like it.
Zero? No
I want
zero,
to know.
zero?
I've seen the preview. I want to know nothing else.
Okay, cool. I will only say it's 4 episodes. Each one's 1 hour. We watched the first one, and I was like, this is the best show I've ever seen in my life. The next 3 episodes, fine, but it's worth watching.
Is that right?
I won't say anything more about that. We can talk about it more next week. I almost texted you, watch it before just so we can talk about it.
I never would have gotten to it.
I mean, it's this year's Baby Reindeer, maybe? Or
Which
better
I
than
haven't
that.
gotten to yet.
You haven't seen Baby Reindeer yet?
Go fuck yourself. No.
Give your balls a tug, Zach.
I got dude, this weekend, Friday through Saturday, they're in Jersey for the day. I'm gonna just devour Shorzy. Shorzy.
Yeah, tug you on a tuba. I get it.
Yeah.
And the other What You're Watching, which I have to bring up, and I do have to give her credit, but on Saturday night, we weren't sure what we were going to do. Julia, for whatever reason, wanted to watch the Tom Green documentary. I think it was on Amazon, which it's so weird because, look, you and I were of that age. What were you, 15 in 99, when the show was on and just bangers?
18, but yeah, my bum is
Whatever.
not something.
All of it. It's a weird story, and I would say...
Is he a sad clown?
Not now. He's just kind of a Canadian clown, which that is about. I can't get over how 80 to 90% of that man made no sense, was annoying, one of the dumbest things ever, and 10% is an all-time genius living legend. He more or less invented podcasts. He was super creative. A lot of his bits still hold up today. He's so freaking funny, so freaking talented.
He was unreal in Road Trip. Just unreal.
If you said
Austin, Massachusetts, it's carried on.
I don't know if he wrote that, but what I'm saying
Whatever,
to you
he
is,
delivered it.
Zach, if I said to you right now, all-time top 100 funny people, I don't think he would have cracked my list.
He might not be my top 500. I would have just forgotten about him.
Exactly. And even saying it, I don't think he makes my list, but I'm sitting there.
Who's your one? It's Rodney.
No. Like, my favorite comedian ever is Mitch Hedberg, but I'm saying, like, somebody who just, at certain times, I don't know if there's a comedian that just kills you. You know who really kills me every time? Martin Lawrence. I had a patient watching Martin the other day. I was dying.
You love Blue Streak.
Blue Streak is an all-time top 10
He did the candy thing.
You don't want the P31? We're scrapping it. You want 31? Go to 31.
Go to Baskin Robbins. It's so good.
It's a great movie. All right.
Underrated.
So the Tom Green thing, I did want to bring that up. It's not worth watching, but I think if you did, you would go like, this guy was a genius. Although 90% out of his goddamn mind. And the pranks he did, like the guy painted his house on TV for laughs. Painted stripes.
He's willing to try stuff.
Yeah.
There's no Borat without him potentially. Or Sacha Baron Cohen.
There's no Jackass without him.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you start thinking, you're gonna go like, wow, yeah.
That whole vein of comedy.
The biggest podcast in the world is Rogan. Rogan was on his podcast called Webs of Vision, and sat there.
Whole like vein of like just speak.
He's looking around, going, "This is pretty cool. I could see myself doing something like this." And has changed the world, changed the election, love him or hate him. There you go. Hippanonmous. I have a story that cracked me up. I have this guy. I think he's 80, 81, but like as sharp as anything. Totally with it. This guy, very street smart, and he's just an old Brooklyn guy. I love him. I love working with him. So we started talking the other day, and everything, he gets very passionate, and very into things, and he used an expression I've never seen ever. He used an expression I've never heard before. He's just talking about Elon Musk and how he absolutely despises and hates him. He goes, and I hate him, and he's a con artist. Fuck him where he breathes. I was like,
ew.
What? I've never heard "fuck him where he breathes."
I would have asked which of the holes.
Fuck him where. I think he means like where he stands, where he is. It was just a way of putting it. Like,
no, like where's he putting it?
Fuck him where he breathes.
Up the nose,
up your nose with a rubber hose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that reference?
Yeah, it's Barbarino.
Hey, good for you. The teacher, Mitt Cotter.
Dead.
What college did he go to? I actually can't remember.
Probably taught there. Fuck, he did pretty well. I had them going out in the first round just for spite. He took 12 steps, that prick. Queen.
Why? Because I'm from Baltimore.
Yes,
and he will forever be known as Dairy Queen. How you name your kid Derek and when his last name's Queen, I don't get it. But
whatever.
Dairy Queen to come into a national championship near you.
There we go. You have them beating Florida?
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
My sister does in the bracket. We're in a bracket of 3, and my sister has Maryland winning the whole thing.
Good for her.
Pishadoo of the week. I got 8 candidates. I don't know if any of these are so great, but let's see what happens.
Real slow news week.
It really was.
Yeah.
Press secretary.
A lot of things in the news were like really bad, like sad stuff, like killings.
Brett Gardner's son.
That was sad.
Really bad. I despise Gardner. It's a terrible story.
Bad, yeah.
Press secretary. What's her tits? Don't know. Don't care. But they asked her the other day about what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, and she goes, "We're at the 10th yard line of peace."
Don't like it.
11,
don't like it.
I hate when people do sports talk. I always say I talk girl, and I have patients that think that's like really rude. The 10th yard line, either use the right phrase, you're almost in the end zone, it's just not even close. It really bothered me.
It's like the way you go, it's the bottom of the ninth, it's 4th and 10, and you're facing a full court press. There's like a million of them.
But like, you're at the 10, we're at the 10, you're at the 10th, okay.
What if you're at your own 10? You're going big way to go.
Mexico City has taken a vote. It was something astronomical, 62-1, 61-1. They are banning bullfighting in Mexico City.
They should.
I have no reason to go to Mexico City ever again. It's one of their main forms of tourism.
The donkey show will get you there if you need to.
Yeah, so will your boy Eric getting seasick pretty bad for Mexico City.
You couldn't handle the chop. By the way, the guys at the shop, the boat barely moved. It was like totally placid. He's booting over the side, just beating the fish.
My brother-in-law, the older one.
That's what he says. One person in this boat is a certified diver.
I watch a lot of dumb stuff with my son these days. We'll wake up, I'll turn on some cartoons, and I'm half listening. Half the time I'm on my phone. I'm doing a million things. Well, I hear them going over different types of... They teach the kids a lot of stuff, and they're mentioning a car, an animal, a food, whatever it is. And then they go, and this is a brinjal. Hey, Zach, what's a brinjal?
Brinjal?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Brinjal. Brinjal.
You usually have to pay a little more for that action.
You
no
want
idea.
You want a hint?
Yeah.
It's a vegetable.
Brinjal. Carrot?
It is an eggplant.
And then some.
Why are we teaching? I mean, my son is still, like, don't get me wrong, his language coming along.
A new favorite word.
He knows orange, he knows purple, yellow, he goes, yeah. But, you know what he's going to learn before most of the other fruits and vegetables?
Brinjal.
Brinjal.
When he can say it perfectly, I want him on this fine program and saying brinjal. Get him up here right now. How's he sleeping? Is he doing well?
Oh, we've had a decent week. I'm not sleeping, but we've had a decent week, so I'll take it. Troy, the college, their head coach of basketball, I don't know if they made the tournament. I don't know if they made the NIT, but the coach has come out and said, we only want recruits that like Waffle House.
I get what he's saying.
This is a yes?
Well, he's weeding out a segment of the population.
Which color? Which segment?
Whoa, and yes.
Whoa, and yes.
Yeah.
The Amazons coming to a stadium near you. Did you see what they dropped today? That they will now have a 5-borough mascot race at games at Citi Field?
Oh, they stole the shit from the sausages?
Okay, they are like the 8th or 9th team that do, and because you have the sausages, I think the
presidents.
The presidents, there's a pierogi race in one of them.
The Braves have the A-Train, the freeze, that guy runs after you. That thing is good. You have to run the whole length of the outfield. It's long.
They will have 5 borough mascots running. Brooklyn, represented by a pizza slice. Manhattan will have a skyscraper. Staten Island has a ferry, which I think I'm rooting for that one always because that's pretty good.
That Italian guy. A sweaty guy.
Queens will be represented by a subway, and the Bronx by a giraffe, which you assume is just going to get booed forever. This is really stupid.
This is amazing.
Oh, you're in?
I'm so in. Oh my god, am I in?
This is so stupid. Okay. All right, guess that's not good thing.
If Baltimore had an Inner Harbor, PG County, Amsterdam, like whatever else they've got, Pimlico, you would be rock solid.
Just have a Jewish star running to represent Pikesville. I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
This next one, with Element, sadly, not a great week. I'm going to go with stadium food in general because all the stadiums are now dropping their signature thing that they're going to be selling for way too much money at the stadiums. I saw the Mets are doing a $12.99. It's 12 hot dogs stuffed inside of a helmet. I don't know about that.
That's a pretty good deal. 12 hot dogs is $12.
I was saying with a couple of friends, that's not a bad idea. The Yankees.
A couple of friends, get your own.
I saw the Yankees are doing like a tiramisu in a helmet, which looked absolutely disgusting.
Oh, they're so bougie. Mets of 12 shitty hot dogs, and the Yankees have a fancy thing.
Tiramisu helmets, espresso, mascarpone cream, ladyfingers, cocoa powder. Doesn't say how much it's going to cost, but the one that I really wanted to talk about was at Camden Yards, the Warehouse Burger. 2 beef patties topped with queso fundito, fried onions, grilled pickle de gallo, and whistle sauce served on a pretzel bun.
Whistle sauce. I'm not sure about the whistle sauce, but the rest looks pretty good.
Oh my god.
9,000 calories.
That's diarrhea on some buns. That looks terrible.
Yeah. And then you never want to shit at the ball game.
Stadium deuces, don't run for me. All right, these are my 2 good ones. Silver medal. I heard today on the news, Florida Florida is trying to change the labor laws where 14-year-old kids who normally are constrained by they have to go to school, well, with less immigrants working in Florida, they want kids to be able to work overnight shifts.
Good.
Good.
I just had a kid from Florida up. Gotta put her to work.
How in the world are these kids supposed to go to school in the morning?
They don't. It's Florida. School is optional. I had a Florida student and a Florida teacher. The kids are dumb. And she's actually smart. Zoe's friend is. But the rest of the kids in the state are morons. But she's from New York, down there. She's mopping the floor with these idiot kids. Those are these hillbillies from up north.
Wow. That's just slave labor. I am not for this.
Internship. Looks good on your college application.
And the gold medal. Ya boy, Luigi Mangione, while he's currently waiting for his trial for the murder, the downright slaying of the United CEO, wants a laptop in jail. Can somebody tell him that it's not the Four Seasons? He's in prison. You don't.
Well, he has to respond to all his emails, and there's people mailing him panties like he's Tom Jones.
So you can't get panties through email. I'm not sure if you know how that works.
No, mailing him panties. They're sending it the old way. He's the only thing keeping the USPS still in business. Them mailing him panties.
I think the better part of the story was I saw this on Instagram. The New York Post posted, and I wrote what I just told you. 253 likes. It's the number one comment, which makes me a little happy. Do you know how many people are like, mind your goddamn business? Well, there is so much hate that I'm like, this guy doesn't deserve a laptop. Like, people went absolutely bananas on me, being like, it's not your business. He's an elite prisoner.
Why is he an elite prisoner?
My favorite was Sounds About White. I was like, I don't know about that. But, a laptop? You think they give out laptops at the Four Seasons? That's clearly not what they do. I'm like, you're insane. This is not a real conversation.
I can get out at the Four Seasons.
This is like when I said, like, don't eat raw eggs, you'll get salmonella, and people took the other side of that. I was like, I'm not arguing.
People so aggressive.
Oh, I don't respond to people. I just.
No, why are they just in general so aggressive? Everyone's an email or computer warrior, telephone tough guy.
Press secretary at the 10th
You're
yard.
calling them jerky and sizzle chest. Bring it back. It wasn't here, jerky.
Press secretary, the 10th yard line of peace in Russia and Ukraine. Mexico City banning bullfighting. Brinjal is a what?
Eggplant.
Troy's coach only wants recruits who like Waffle House.
Spectacular.
You have the Mets bringing this Burrow race bullshit. All the insane stadium food. If it costs more than $17 and I need a friend, I don't want it. Florida labor laws to change so 14-year-olds can work overnight shifts, which you seem to be for. And Luigi Mangione wants a laptop and in a jail.
You're going to hate me.
I do.
You already do, but it is absolutely like Tulsi Gabbard or whatever with the 10th yard line. Whatever she said.
Wasn't Tulsi Gabbard. It was the press secretary.
Oh, whatever it was. Anyone who gets sports references wrong is an idiot. Don't do it if you don't know what it means.
Nah.
Like, you know. This is awful. I hate when they do that.
Boozer Daddy the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. Zach, more tournament time. Give me the motherfucking ball. I'm from Baltimore. That's
ridiculous.
why.
Yeah, I'm going to walk my way up the court and throw it in there. I was so excited when Colorado State took the lead and devastated when they lost.
How do they not foul that guy?
I don't know. You think he's making 2 free throws? No way. Besides that, I would have just tackled him.
We out.